Lion Nation, a pleasant hello to you out there. We are here with an episode of Coach's Corner, and we have a new guest, but he's not new. He's just returning there as we are getting close to the start of basketball season. Actually, we are here. The sound of the balls have been echoing pretty loudly here at the gym here at JSerra Catholic High School. Of course, my guest, Lions head boys basketball coach Keith Wilkinson. And Coach Wilkinson, it's good to see you.
Good to be back. I can't believe it. This is year 7, and it's just flown by. I remember the first like it was yesterday, and I can't believe it's year 7.
Well, year 7 gets off to a great start on Monday, and I wanted to touch bases with you to just kind of talk about this year's team on the heels of what you've done the last few years. Again, when we last saw you, JSerra was the #1 team in Orange County, one of the top teams in the state of California, one of the top teams in the United States. A fantastic effort, but obviously that's last year. That's not this year. When you kind of got everybody together to start this year, what were you telling yourself, and what has your message been to the team?
Yeah, one of the biggest things we talked about is that the target that's on our back now, being the #1 team in Orange County, there wasn't many people carrying that from this team that's coming back. I mean, that's all guys that moved on and graduated and earned that. So these guys that are carrying that target are new to the Trinity League, are new to JSerra, are new to a lot of things. And so the other guys have set a standard for us, and now it's our job to continue to raise the bar. But there's only a very, very small amount of experience returning, and this is one of those deals where we've talked about it. It's going to be a process with this team. I know there's a lot of talent on paper, but there's not a lot of time together yet. And as we go throughout the season, I think you'll see we'll get better and better as it goes on, because again, we're returning one starter with experience and one guy with playing experience, and they're both sophomores. So it's going to be really unique. We have a lot of talent, but a lot of new pieces and a lot of new guys trying to learn how and what we do. So the message has just been, hey, you guys got to go earn it. It's kind of not yours to be had at this point, even though you have it, but you got to go earn it, because thankfully that group that left us left a really, really, really great mark and set the standard. And with expectations, not a lot of people have those. And when you have those expectations, our responsibility to continue to try to uphold those. And it's a great place to be in, because some people don't even have those expectations.
I was going to say, the expectations obviously very raised with a talented roster, and you touched on it. It is talent, but it will take some time. Just talk about some of those new faces that are here in your system for the first time, and what that process is looking like as you're kind of getting them used to what you like to do.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of go through the list, but like the two guys that have the most returning experience is Yarni Iyenga. He sat out last year for us. He had to do the whole year sit, so he was able to practice with us, be around us. Again, he'll have the most experience in terms of what we're trying to do and trying to accomplish, but he had to sit out last year. Super proud of him. He just committed to Charlotte University, so a Division I player there. He's a fantastic player, great leader. He's a captain of our team. He'll be the starting piece of that group, trying to move forward. We got another guy who has somewhat of experience. He came over here at the last semester, also sat out, and Dominic Bolton, who's a great player, great shooter, great scorer, and has gotten better, so much better than the time that he's been here with us. And then another senior that came over from La Habra is Grayson Sinek. He was a 3 AA Player of the Year. Is a really great connector for us, does a little bit of everything, and has done fantastic things. And then the last senior that we're talking about would be BJ Davis-Ray, who came in from Duncanville, just committed to SMU as well. Another really talented player, but the biggest thing in basketball is there's only one basketball to go around, so we got to make sure that we're equally joyful when the guy next to us scores, because there's a lot of guys coming in with a ton of scoring prowess, but I don't know if they've ever been on a team with this much firepower. And getting used to roles. I compare it, we're nowhere near Team USA, but I compare it to like Team USA when you get a great collection of talent. You got to figure out kind of who's in what spot, when, and where. And other guys are going to have to take different roles. Again, a guy like Devin Booker, who's going to be our Devin Booker, who's going to guard the best player every night in and night out, but then also be the beneficiary of wide open shots because people are getting double teamed and stuff like that. So again, we're nowhere near Team USA, but that's kind of been our motto of trying to figure it all out and fit the pieces together. And then the last one, to talk about a little bit is Brandon Martinson, who's a junior coming over, but he'll be in the sit-out period. So again, another adjustment when he comes back right after Christmas. How do we fit him in? Obviously, a co-Trinity League Player of the Year last year, fantastic player, one of the toughest scouts we've ever had. It's great to have him on our side now. But putting all those guys together, along with a lot of other players and people in our program who have significant roles and pieces, will be my best challenge.
You got your work cut out.
I do, yeah.
Now, you mentioned the offensive firepower, but I know the defensive side of the ball is where you guys made significant success last year in terms of being able to lock teams down. I know that's something that's obviously a big key for you. When you look on that side of the ball, is there anyone who's kind of spearheading that, or is that a team-wide effort to make sure that you guys play that defense that I know you like?
Yeah, that's a great question. Last year, it was so unique. I mean, Aiden Fowler might be one of the most unique players I ever coached, because he'd pick up full court for 32 minutes in a high school game and then also go give you 25 points. And gosh, it's just that level of eliteness is very unique. You don't see that often. So I think it'd be a more team effort. Obviously, last year there's guys that between Cornhole and Diego Martinez and Sebastian, I'd go down the list, Ben and just everybody. It was unbelievable. And this year we're really trying to learn how to play defense and play our style of defense. That's going to be the biggest adjustment. Offensively, we have a ton of firepower, but it's about how we play defense. The one thing we have this year, a little bit opposite of last year, is really great length. And we have a big-time freshman impact who I haven't talked about, Ryan Doan, who honestly could challenge for a starting spot, might be one of our starters, who's 6'8", and he has great length, great feel, great rebounder, great shot blocker, great passer, great scorer. He's an unbelievably talented player. And then guys like GC, who's just going to be your physical enforcer, your rebounder. And again, I've really been proud of Earl Bryson as a sophomore point guard who's going to have the ball in his hands, is really gotten better and taking strides on the defensive end. He's uber talented offensively, but he's learning how to play like a true point guard should. And so it's going to be a great team effort, and that's the area of growth that as the season goes on, we're going to find out who our stopper is, who's our shutdown guy, and those types of things, because that's kind of up in the air right now.
Now, that season will get underway on Monday, and it will not get underway here in Orange County. It won't even get underway here in California. North Carolina is the destination there, the Lions, with 2 exhibition games, Monday and Tuesday. I know you like to kind of start the year with maybe some competition outside of California there. Just talk a little bit about this experience coming up and what you hope to get out of it.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that we do is we try to give our kids just something outside this California bubble that they're used to, and go see a place. And last year we did Fort Worth, we did the Cowtown tip-off. It was fantastic. And none of our guys had applied to TCU, and 3 of our 10 seniors are now attending TCU as freshmen because they got to see something that was probably they wouldn't have maybe checked out on their own. And so we love to, first and foremost, get our kids college experiences, get them on campuses, let them see places. And then secondly, for us, I love starting out on the road. I love going out of the state, because I think it's a real bonding time for our team. They get to spend time with one another. Time in those vans is priceless. Time in the airport is priceless, because you're literally just having conversations with your teammates, really getting to know them. So couldn't be more excited. We're going all the way across this year to Charlotte, but it's kind of coincidental that Yar is signed with Charlotte. So we get to do that. We'll go to Charlotte University, get to go to Davidson University, go see those 2 schools, play 2 really good teams out there in North Carolina, and it's going to be a great challenge and a great test for us to start the year. And again, I couldn't be more excited.
You couldn't be more excited. We couldn't be more excited to see what you guys have in store for this season. Should be a great year on the hardwood for the JSerra Boys Basketball team. Again, my guest, Lions head boys basketball coach Keith Wilkinson. The Lions get started on Monday. Ambassador Christian, I think, is the first opponent. Is that
Ambassador Christian, and then Providence Day. And shout out to our alumni who are coming. We're actually going all the way across the country, and we've got Parker Santos, my very first captain, who lives in Charlotte now. We got Jack Dawson, our most recent graduate, that's at South Carolina, coming out. We've got the Persick twins, Austin and Dane, who are at High Point University, coming out to our game. And then our original photographer, William Palmer, one of the best just contributors to JSerra Basketball in the history, will also be coming to the game. So we'll have a big family atmosphere all the way on the East Coast.
JSerra is not just here in San Juan, it's not here in Orange County, but it's nationwide, worldwide actually at this point.
Lion Nation, baby.
Lion Nation. Again, my guest, head coach Keith Wilkinson, thank you so much. We'll see you throughout the season, and good luck in your travels.
Thank you.